And I want to begin with Irish Water. You're saying you want to abolish Irish Water as a body, but replace it with something else, and you want to scrap the water charge. Is that basically your position?
That is our position, and that's part of a wider range of policies designed to cut costs to families, because we think families need a break in Irish society right now. And so the Irish Water proposal is one aspect of that, reducing USC for average families.
Sticking with Irish Water, you do say there'll be costs associated with that, which I think you put at about 9 million. Now, what would that be taken up by? What would that be taken up by?
Well, our costs are actually about 240 million in terms of the dismantling. There are still contracts to be fulfilled, which we would honour, all existing contracts. There would be voluntary redundancy involved. We're talking about the creation of a national directorate that would coordinate all of the local authorities in terms of the delivery of the services.
So the people at the moment who run Irish Water, they'd be paid off. Their contracts would be met, and
or some could be reabsorbed, but there would be an option of voluntary redundancy. And the bottom line here is that Irish Water is losing money. No additional funding has been put into infrastructure. And the bottom line is, as well, that £500 million has been spent on water meters that will not be read now until they are obsolete. And remember, the original reason for setting it up by the government was that it wanted to borrow off balance sheet to invest in the infrastructure. Less money has been invested in the infrastructure over the last 3 years since Irish Water was established than was invested between 2007 and 2010.
Investment is still needed. I mean, I think £5.5 billion is the figure that Irish Water puts on it, and you'd find that from general taxation.
From general taxation, and if we can do some measures via the European Investment Bank, or indeed through public-private partnerships.
And what about the water charge? Is it absolutely gone as far as you're concerned?
Yes, and certainly over the next, we're saying for the lifetime of the next government, it's gone. I think there are times in life...
But that means it might come back, might it?
No, I mean, look, whatever happens in a subsequent government, we can only be responsible for the next 5 years, and that's the commitment to the Irish people for the lifetime of the next government. Because this has been a debacle, Brian. This has been an absolute farce in terms of implementation. We have a situation where the government of the day is giving out bills in one hand and giving out cheques in the other through the conservation grant, which we would get rid of. And that would partly allay.
If it's a debacle, if it's a